In this video, we will analyze the key obstacles and opportunities for change in Derbyshire China. The primary concept which should be mentioned is the relationship between stability and change. Change promotes responsiveness and innovation, while stability is associated with organizational identity and security. They should be viewed as two interconnected dimensions rather than two ends of the continuum. Using a multidimensionality framework, we can notice that Derbyshire China is a conservative company with a high concern for stability and low concern for change. The organization has a mechanistic structure, which was perfectly suited for a predictable environment. Yet the environment has changed, and the need for flexibility has increased. The duality view of stability-change dynamic would provide an opportunity to retain stability in core areas of the business and implement changes in design and marketing department, where more organic structure is needed. Another problem in Derbyshire China is the role of leaders in supporting organizational change. For the change to be accepted by employees, leaders must demonstrate their commitment to change. In contrast, the agent of change in the company is a new marketing director, Chris, who lacks the necessary authority and power. However, there is an opportunity for change to be applied successfully. Organizational leaders have to find common ground with Chris and participate in change management. They have to understand causes that generate major types of resistance: cognitive, emotional, and personal. If top managers support the project and explain the need for change, employees will be more likely to accept it.
One of the key obstacles to change is the working routine. Routine is difficult to change, especially when it involves interaction pattern. It poses a problem to a conservative organization like Derbyshire China that has been working successfully in the same pattern for the past 12 years. This can be a problem of being successful for so long is that sometimes their will for adopting new strategies for changes is easily blocked, which eventually leads to failure, such as when Danny and John, interested in producing contemporary designs given by students. Ben and Philip, however, did not agree due to the difficulty of the model designs. They prefer the traditional basic design. This shows that the interaction pattern in team create a barrier to change. According to Star, Waller, and Phillips, interaction pattern in team is recurrences of different types of mobilization, typically for the purpose of collective action and coordination. In other words, one group member action influences another group member action. What more is, the closeness leads to the difficulties of change, as it's hard to criticize and give a negative response. Compared to when they started off, it all about changes as they were not that close. So Danny sees that it may be possible to change if he brings an external person. He hired Chris. Chris claimed that change needs to be radical as nothing is working, but Chris might not be aware that everyone may have different experiences and background about changes. Hence, sometimes the solution is that Chris cannot stop them from doing their routine and behavior, but he can make them aware of the issue so that at least they can compete for the issue of their habits. Moreover, the change proposed Chris might be too radical. Dean, Karras, and Baden Fuller question the belief that punctuated change is required when the environmental turbulence occurs. They suggest that radical change can be will add disruptive and lead to resistance. Instead, incremental change method can be used. This may be an opportunity for Derbyshire China to overcome the problems associated with radical programs and implement change successfully.
Lewis suggests that temporal arrangement might be an opportunity to change the teams. Achievement occurs when the internal team and the external team are interdependent. For example, in the Derbyshire China, the production team needs the management team to prepare the order complete time and deliver time in order to complete the task. When the team completes the work at special time, we produce a complete implementation of periodic repetition. The repetition of cycle creates a rhythm that acts as a metronome for team activity to enchain them. If the pulse is added in the temporal arrangement, the team can stop and think about the work progress. In the Derbyshire China, Chris can use this aspect to carry out the first step of change. He can promote a results allocation review at the first pose. In the next pose, Chris needs to seize the opportunity to give this pose a meaning. According to the article, the sales of Derbyshire China are continually decreasing. Tyler claimed that poses in trouble are viewed as window of opportunity for team to change their routine. There will be a good point for Chris. The team can create a monthly sales report and reflect on the reason for the decrease in sales together.
To sum up, the key obstacles to change are low concern for change, mechanistic structure, lack of commitment from leaders, interaction pattern, and routine. On the other hand, the duality will of stability and change, leader participation in change management, incremental change methods, and temporal entertainment may be opportunity for change at Derbyshire China. Thank you for listening.